Hey, Sheyn, can't believe it, but you've actually delivered on your promise.
I just went into the garage and went one take and sent it over to you, man.
They're not going to believe it.
That's all you get.
But we have a real intro to the Joey podcast. And here it is.
Roll the intro.
Hey guys, this is a mountain bike podcast, a mountain biking podcast, an MTB podcast about mountain biking. We talk about bikes, but in a way we don't. You never know it by the name. It's the Joey Podcast, now known as Joey Mountain Bike Podcast for search engine optimization.
Welcome to the Joey Podcast, where hopefully we just edited in that one-take Grammy Award-deserving search engine optimizing song from the angel himself, Sheyn the Crashing Dad.
Oh, I really appreciate those kind compliments you gave me in the script that I wrote today.
Sheyn,
Did you write that intro?
Of course he did.
That's so funny.
Sheyn, I just read whatever you say. But Sheyn, I'm just so impressed. That song was great. It reminded me of like mid 2000s, like stylistic, but brought into the future. I love it.
You know, I think
neo pop punk.
Emo's gonna make a comeback. I swear it is.
All right,
neo emo rock is gonna make a comeback.
Heck yeah.
So that was your unofficial welcome, Sheyn. And then we have our good friend from across the colon, Paul.
Hello, I'm on the other side of the co-fence.
Which, Paul, you figured out you do have a colon, correct?
Yeah, but that came up in like podcast 12 or something. If you are new to this podcast... You
never said you had a colon.
Sheyn?
I don't know. Is it like an HOA that you share that gets mowed by someone else?
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying I feel like we've talked about it before. And I said like, oh, I do have a colon.
I don't know. Maybe
anyway,
we were laughing over it.
Just quick, people are turning off. Just keep going. We're trying to... Our plan to sell out this podcast has not worked at all. So we need to really make a push on that again.
Yes. And last but not least, we have me, and my name is Josh. Not to be confused with Josh, my alter ego, on my YouTube channel that has more subscribers than Paul the Punter. Hashtag beat him to 100.
Are we going to get into this straight away? No,
let's do it.
We're miles away because it's like the start of March, I think, is the current predicted thing. But as expected, my sub gains has slowed down somewhat, Sheyn, after the highs of having a great successful video. But don't worry, I've got a couple of things up my sleeve, or in my garage, you might even say.
Oh, let's talk about it.
People are going to watch a video of Paul in his garage, and they'll be like, isn't this, people like comment, isn't this just like the daily mountain bike rider? Then everyone's going to flood to my channel like, this guy does it way better. He doesn't have a weird accent. We can understand him. His name isn't Paul.
But it's Josh, which makes way more sense.
It's an American name. That guy looks like an American. He likes to roll coal and drink beer, and he likes women.
Cool.
He likes what do I say? Women.
What do stereotypical American men say?
Guns.
Women. Guns.
It's already been like 50 words and you still haven't said the word truck, which is quite amazing.
Oh.
Truck, yeah.
Tesla truck.
Oh, wow. Wow, what are we going to talk about this week?
I forgot. Okay, no, wait. We were talking about the race to 100,000, right?
Oh yeah. So it's very close.
What are you at,
listeners?
Where
am I at?
Paul?
Sheyn. Actually, I can't figure out the look down. There. Okay. Hey, Sheyn.
Wrong side, Paul. Wrong side.
No. Okay.
There we go.
Hey, Sheyn. Sorry, I was looking at the other guy.
Huh?
No, we can't do that.
Who's the other?
Once again, audio only listeners, we're doing a visual joke on the video version on the YouTube channel of this podcast.
We're just pulling a Brady Bunch.
I was just going to say, just imagine the Brady Bunch.
No idea what you're talking about. But anyway, yes, I think I'm on 87 or something, I think.
Huh.
Definitely.
And what are you at, Josh?
93,072.
Oh.
So I've closed the gap by about 1,000, I think. It's rough maths off the top of my head memory.
Yeah.
But we're due to hit 100,000 in early March at the current rate.
Yeah.
Josh, you need to go to the jail cell where your bike thief was and do a follow-up interview.
Oh my god, that would be good night, Paul. If you do that.
Dude, could you imagine? I interviewed the guy. I interviewed the thief who stole my bike.
And you just go, "Why did you do it?" And it's like, "I wanted money for crack." It's like, well, thanks for watching, you guys. Don't hang around jail every day.
Don't go watching
every
this
day,
video.
chatting to a crack addict. Get out there and ride your bike.
On camera, he tries to choke me. Don't go and try to get choked in jail. But
Oh, man.
I have a couple of tricks up my sleeve, and the kicker is I will be on paternity leave in a couple of weeks because my wife is due with our second child. So, Paul, when I'm on paternity leave and all I have is my garage, you're in trouble because the trash can comes out and things start going in.
I mean, Josh, I feel like you've missed the huge variable of having another child. Then it won't be as easy. It's like, morning, everyone. 8 a.m. Day 1 of paternity leave. Let's get in that garage. He opens the door. Josh opens the door and is like, Josh, get back here. I need you.
This is probably not the best time to ask you, honey. Can I do a race on Mother's Day?
Yes, exactly.
Oh yeah. What has progressed? As none of you know, me, Josh, and Van Can, otherwise known as Nick, have entered as a team. It's an enduro race in May, and we are team those damn YouTubers. And me and Nick are in because we have no responsibility of life. So how is the chats going, Josh?
Yeah, so Paul, of course, messages me, Josh, we should do this team enduro. I'm like, Paul, that sounds great. Then he messages Nick. We are in a group chat, and he's like, okay, guys, go. Oops, sorry. He's like, okay, guys, go sign up. And I look online. What are the dates? Freaking Mother's Day. I'm like, slammed on the brakes.
No go.
The wife, tonight as we sit down to dinner, I'm like, so how about we celebrate Mother's Day not on Mother's Day? Wouldn't that be so fun? She's like, is this mountain biking? No, of course not. No, it's my other family wants to do it that day. So my other family's Paul and Nick. They're my moms. But anyway, so she was like, yeah, I think we might be able to do that.
Oh.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No way.
No, it sounds like it's 100% confirmed. And
Paul, you're not married. You don't speak wife. Okay.
You should buy an entry before they sell out.
I have a friend who can always get me into entries, even if I miss the deadline.
Which it's not me. That is not me.
Never mind. I don't have a friend who can help me.
This one, no. I need like world level races to be able to do that. This one, no chance.
I'll keep trying. So anyway, hopefully tomorrow, Paul, we will have solidified those damn YouTubers as our racing team.
We'll be so Sheyn. Just as a reminder, we all race down the trail at the same time.
I know. I watched the footage of that, the one they do with the pros, and it looks like so much fun. And I wish I could do it.
Wait, we all start at the exact same time?
Well, I mean,
as you go across the line.
Well, technically speaking, it's just like our 3 things added together. So we could be like
staggered,
tactical, and send a fast one out, and blah blah blah. But what's going to make better videos? That's what I ask you. I'll tell you what's going to make better videos. 3 of us barreling down the trail, me slowing everyone down,
person in the front crashing.
Actually, Paul take the lead.
Technically, at this moment in time, I would be the mid pack of this group, based on the only evidence that we have, which was the EWS in Whistler, where I did beat Nick.
Oh.
I will give you that. I'm not even gonna give you a hard time about that, Paul. I will just give that to you
because it's fact. It's something that cannot be argued.
You could now, Paul. You are a finisher. I will not argue that.
I beat him on stage 1. I beat him on stage 1.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I did. I can't believe you've forgotten already.
I apologize. That has lapsed my mind. Well, anyway, Paul, you are officially the second place starter, mid pack. Nick is going to be so excited.
Vice captain, they might say.
Vice. Oh, am I the captain? This is going to be awful.
Captain Wilson even has like a
Captain Wilson. Well, I'm so serious about this. I'm going to drop 70 pounds. I'm going to sell my
200.
kidney just to buy a new bike. It's going to be great.
People came out of the woodwork and dropped the link to your what was it? Your journey to 160 pounds in the last week's show.
No, wait. Someone found it?
People dropped the link in. I'm gonna drop the link in down below.
Where is it? Is it in the doc though? Is it in the
it's not in the doc. It's on last week's comments.
I know who it was. I bet
a few
Dustin, I bet it was you son of a gun. I guarantee he was like, oh, here, Josh. I know what video that is. Because when I think Dustin asked me about it a while ago. I can't remember. I'll have to look. Anyway.
You've just made my day.
Right when I heard you say that, I was like, freaking Paul's going to be like, oh, here we go.
Well, you're supposed to be making another journey to, what are you making your journey to this year? 170?
That's more realistic, right? We're making our journey to not be fat. That's the journey. It's going to be
journey
radical.
to not be fat.
You got to put out a Christmas vid or a New Year's vid sometime soon, right?
We can talk about this because it's just us and our podcast listeners. Yeah. My goal is to actually do start filming the video and do like this is like full commitment, but you really got to like come through, like basically make the intro of the video where half of it is at the start and then the other half is like 3 months later showing the transformation. So like basically like tag off with myself in the garage. You're welcome, Paul. and basically like talking through like, people, here I am, and people don't think this is going to work out, but guess what? And then it's like, boom, transformation. Looks like I made it. And then you go right into the intro. It's like the most engaging thing you could possibly see.
You know what you need to do? Yeah. Branching off of our Brady Bunch thing, you need to like have the screen go, and then you give yourself a high five. off to you. And then
Well, all those videos where it's like, lots of time has passed in this 10-minute video. They're always a winner because you've just put so much effort into a video for that to happen. And people like, it's so, because time is such a visual thing. People are like, wow, a lot of time has been put into this. I'm going to give it my 100% attention. Yeah. And I think that's the magic of them. But yeah, that would be a great one. Just be like, I'm going to lose the weight and I've lost it. See you at the end of the video. Thin Josh.
You thin weirdo. Bunch of weirdos.
I'm actually assisting our good friend Joe from Trail Features right now. He's got a goal of getting fit for Sedona. And I call him on Discord and we ride Zwift together.
Wow.
And it's quite good actually, because like last night I dropped a friend off at the airport super early so I could actually use a car for 10 days. It's been life changing. And I was just so tired, but I was like, Joe, are you Zwifting tonight? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I'm on it. Yeah, like 30 minutes in, I was just like, I do not want to do this. But Joe's on the other end of this phone, so I got to keep doing it. And then I got to the hour because we were like, we do an hour. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad that's over. I was going to quit. And he's like, oh, yeah, actually, I was going to quit 20 minutes as well. So it goes to show that friends can help friends. So, Josh, if you ever need me for that, I'm there for you, friend.
Well, Joe's doctor told him, like, you got to keep your heart rate under 160 or whatever it was. And you got him up to like 199.
Listen, he got him up. He got himself up to that.
Yeah.
Like, so let me tell you, this is what happened, right? There's like this, in Zwift, there are lots of like intermittent segments, if you will. And you can see them on the screen. It's like a little rock thing. And then there's a finish line at the top. And it pops up and it estimates how long it's going to take you to finish. And this one, it was going to take like 2.5 minutes or something. So I was like, okay. I was like, Joe, let's try and give this one a go. And we start pedaling off. And I just look up and I just see like 6 watts per kilo. And his name turned red because he's putting in a big effort. And his avatar is sprinting off. And I just sit there and I'm like, Joe, why are you doing this? I can hear
why
him
are you the way that you are right now, Joseph?
And he's just like on the other end of the phone. I'm like, Joe, don't do this. Don't do it. And I'm just like talking my way up to him. And at one point I'm like, I gotta keep laughing. Yeah, I can't, I'm smiling too much. Just whistling away, and I see him on the screen starting to die, and I was just like, "Yep, Joe, what did I say?" Like,
I warned you.
You didn't. You went off too strong, didn't you? But then right at the end, he tries another sprint, and then I was like, "Well, I can't let him beat me right at the end." So I just like go, and then obviously
Did
beat
you
him.
make that noise while you were doing it?
Yeah, but I was just like, Joe, well, I told you, go at this pace, and then we'll just get to the top, and it'll be like a stronger effort. But yeah, so that's it. And I was like, I know you hate me for being so cocky right now, but you deserve it because you're not meant to be doing like this big effort. So there we go.
Did you do any other rides? Segue. Did you do any other rides?
I did real mountain biking on the last day for mountain biking in Squamish on Sunday. Snow came on Monday.
Ooh.
I yesterday as we record this, but now it's raining already, and it's just like turned to that crap snow that's just slush everywhere, and it's really annoying. But no, back to dirt jumps indoors on Thursday. That's my plan.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
nice airbag.
Who knows? The world is my oyster right now, Sheyn.
Gentlemen, I committed the cardinal sin. I did not ride my bike this week.
What a surprise. Daily MTB rider does not ride bike every day.
Well, I
headlines.
Yes, I did not. I did ride around the neighborhood, but I didn't go for a bike ride. And I could make a lot of excuses, but the truth is, there was one time slot where I could have gone for a ride, and I just said, nope. So I'm going to redeem myself this week. Don't worry.
Where is that video, Sheyn? I've just scanned the comments trying to find it, and I can't see it anywhere.
Sheyn, we're not going to get anything out of Paul if you give him the link. He's just going to click it and be like, oh, interesting.
And he's going to sit there while we do our, oh my goodness.
No,
it's there, I promise.
But
I'll
like
link it below.
Yeah, no, but link it now. I need it. I need it.
All right, time to distract Paul from finding my old video. I'm not embarrassed by it. I just know Paul's going to be like, "Oh,
stop the podcast."
A garage video. All right, time for one of our favorite segments. Oh wait, Sheyn, did you ride anywhere this week? Did you share?
Yeah,
sorry.
We rode outside in the cold, and then it kind of rained on us, but we still had a lot of fun. I don't know. I've been right. So Horns High MTB moved out to Colorado. I don't know if anyone knows that because he used to be an Oklahoman. And we've been riding together, and it's been super fun. But it's been like 37 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just above 0 Celsius, I believe.
But is everywhere still dry?
For the most part, it gets a little bit wet, and then it soaks it all up, and it dries out. We got some rideable trails, but it's cold. Freeze my nuts off. Yeah.
I know how you feel. Okay, on to our favorite segment, Josh.
Last week's comments.
It's last week's comments.
Okay, and straight into last week's comments. Now, there is one comment that seems to be... Oh, just knock over the microphone. There seems to be one comment missing here, Sheyn. And I'd just like you to explain why this particular comment is not in our shortlisted list.
Throw it up.
Not
the one
problem.
about my mustache growing super fast?
No, it's from a user called The Crashing Mom.
Oh, what does she say?
I cannot handle these false representations of things I say. If the crashing dad is quoting me, just assume he's making at least 80% of it up.
That's 80% right.
And
Josh,
then she went on to say, like, Josh, you have to see if your wife is with me here, which she totally is not, obviously, because she's not here. She's with you. But yeah, so yeah. But she said
we were talking last week about Sheyn showing his wife a very dangerous feature on a mountain bike trail, and she said, "You cannot do this anymore."
Yep. So
and then we laughed.
Mountain biking, and
then we laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but she said that I think the point she was getting at was that she thought the drop-in looked fake.
Yeah.
Because she'd seen it so much or something.
Did you come out to Horse Thief Bench when you were out here? Did we just take you to the
I did. No, I did Horse Thief. I was just like, ugh, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I have to keep mountain biking all the time.
That's why you didn't do the drop-in, though, because you were so tired, right?
Oh, so that was Was that your excuse, Paul? Sorry, just clarifying.
No, I didn't even try. I was just like, yeah,
good.
walk straight down. I didn't even eye it up. I was just like, that looks stupid.
Would you do it? Would you do it now or no?
If that was in Canada, I would probably be more inclined. But because it's in America and you have a health system, I am not going to probably do it.
It's called travel insurance. Come on.
I know, right? The rock here is way different too. It's sandstone versus your granite. And
it was very sandy,
slippery.
Josh. That's what I'll say. It's very slippery. Very slippery.
Yeah.
You can't do it justice.
I've got 3 videos of my proof. I don't need to do it again. I'll hit it. I mean, I'll go there and I'll walk it now.
You might even say you have hit it and now you have quit it.
Quit it. Yes.
Do you have friends who hit it every time they go up to it?
No, most of us, even the dudes that have all done it and can do it and do it really well, a lot of times we ride up to it and it changes so much that we just, unless we're going there to do it, we don't. We just walk down and enjoy our ride. Yeah.
Now I really want to go ride it. Even more.
Dude, I'm sure. I mean, you got it in the bag.
I would do it.
Study my 3 videos.
I don't respect it this side of doing it, so I need to go do it to say, "Oh wow, that is quite difficult." I would not want to do that every time.
Yeah,
it's definitely like you're coming down and then you have to do like the left hand turn bit, and then it's kind of you turn left and then it's like straight on till morning.
Yeah.
For
our viewers that don't know what we're talking about, I'll link those 3 videos below. Go down and watch them like 4,000 times. That'd be great.
I've watched them all. They're really good.
They're all of Shane's videos.
Appreciate it. I've got my result to 10,000.
I personally have just been enjoying Shane making more videos because he's probably the only channel at the minute where I'm actually like, I wish there was more videos from Sheyn.
But that would degrade the quality of the ones that come out. So
nah, that's not true.
All right. On to more last week's comments. I want to start with my favorite one because it's so good. Chump MTB said Josh's mustache grew so fast it has already moved out, started the family, and landed a sweet job selling Lambos in Miami Beach.
Lambos.
But it's coming back, boys. Don't worry.
Oh, are you growing it back out?
I'm growing my beard out a little bit, so I told my wife, I said, I'm shaving this beard into a stash again. Her response, you get 1 mustache day. That's it.
It's literally like that. That's why it's gone. It's the truth to come out.
Oh, yeah, because my wife told me I need to shave it. She's like, I've never, ever commented on your facial hair, but that thing is just creepy. I'm like, yeah, that's why I like it. It's creepy. It's kind of like me. It's creepy. It hangs around too long, but we love it anyway, you know?
Amazing.
I've talked about doing the stash. My wife, she just looked at me like, what are you? Yeah. Keep going.
No.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I'm just not impressed.
No, stashes are kind of lame. I don't know. I could never figure it out. Like they're just like they're associated with nothing apart from like creepy or evil or fascist regime, like or silent comedy or cops, like fat cops. Like I don't know. I don't really get it. I kind of like the curly one, the curly mustache. But can anyone be taken seriously if they have a curly mustache on the corner?
Paul, you're just jealous you can't grow a mustache. Be honest.
What are you talking about? I shaved this morning. This is the speed you're looking at right
Paul,
here.
If you can grow a mustache, prove it. That's all I got to say, man.
No, I'm not going to fall for that. Okay, fine, I will.
We've just alienated like
MTB Allen. Speaking of incredible mustaches and facial hair, MTB Allen.
Shane, do an MTB Allen mustache.
Oh, that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's got chops that go into it.
Easy, right. It seems like there are a few brands that, at least from outside appearances, would be able to produce an e-bike, but have yet done to do so. I'm thinking about brands like Santa Cruz and Yeti. Are these brands not actually able to produce an e-bike? Is this an expression of a philosophy? I don't know much about the bike industry and would dig hearing your thoughts on this.
Yeah. Well, so we did talk about e-bikes and EWS last week. So I think he's saying, like Santa Cruz and Yeti. I don't know. Are there any other big brands out there that are not making e-bikes?
Transition.
And is it on purpose?
Well, is Transition that big?
I mean, I don't know how much bigger they are than Yeti or anything. Who knows? No idea. I know Rob Roskop, the CEO of Santa Cruz, has come out and said we will never make an e-bike.
Oh, that's such a dumb statement to make. Never say never.
He did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, he did. He definitely did. But who knows? Who cares? There's enough e-bikes out there. Good e-bikes. Like the Scott Genius E-Ride, ladies and gentlemen.
Brought to you by. You're selling all 3 of your bikes to buy that one, right?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I just can't wait till you said Santa Cruz will never. Is that the one who said it?
Rob Roskop said that.
Yeah, I just can't wait for the Joey podcast. Santa Cruz was lying, and just a super big thumb, because boys and girls never say never. It's better to say we have no intentions of making an e-bike. That's easy, man. Don't say never.
Or the other thing you say is like, right now we don't have plans to make an e-bike. That's normally the classic phrase. Yeah.
Like right now I have no intention of riding an e-bike. I'll never do it.
You wait. Day one.
Clear.
Day one. Where's the bike park? Just freaking. Yeah. Anyway.
Right. Okay, keep going.
Olivier Mays has commented.
Whoa. Oliver or Olivier?
No, it's Olivier. We have talked about this so much. Oh god.
I think he even commented too.
Yeah.
You're saying it right, Paul?
No, it's Olivier. Keep going, Paul.
Because I can read.
America.
We've had an e-bike category at the Belgian Enduro Cup for a few years now. They have to ride all the normal stages like everyone else, but they also have to ride one extra stage that is downhill, but it has one or more short, punchy climbs. The extra stage is where all the difference is made, and I think it's a great way to keep things interesting. I like his thoughts.
Yeah, so we did talk about the EEWS, and Josh basically invented electric cross country, saying that it should have climbs and be a circuit race so people can watch me. Like, dude, it's cross country.
I did not say circuit race. I've never said circuit race.
Where is that comment? Where is that comment?
It's pretty funny.
It's like super high up. I can get there. I can find it.
But so
it's basically like Josh invents cross country and thinks he's a genius.
That is the best. That's like the best comment of all time.
Who said that?
I'll go through again. Keep talking. We're a really well researched show here.
Well, so we were asking you for ideas on how to make it more interesting, you, the listeners or watchers. And Adrian Angus said to make the e-bike race different and or interesting, 2 hours of drinking beers before the race. All the racers have to tailgate and drink at least a 12-pack. That would be...
That's just dumb.
That would be so entertaining, though.
It wouldn't be. It would be dangerous because people would just kill themselves. That's the only way of saying it.
So that would be brilliant. Maybe not. I don't know.
Feldy bikes. My favorite part is when Josh invents XC as an innovative enduro format. Brilliant. Comment of the week. A new. We have everything of the week.
Comment.
We have everything of the week nowadays. That is for sure. Probably comment of the best ever podcast. Yeah, best ever comment we've had on the podcast. Maybe. I don't know.
Feldy, I will mail you an award because it's just so beautiful. Yes. Hey, Adam Turner also had another comment that really it's blowing my mind. He says, so Josh loves Tesla, but he dislikes e-bikes. What if Tesla made an e-bike?
Oh, for sure. Like they've got to. Surely.
Hear me out. I believe Tesla will never make an e-bike, but they will make an e-motorcycle.
They kind of did with that all-terrain thing. That's an
ATV. That's not a motorcycle.
Well, I mean, just put 2 wheels in the middle of it, and that's a motorbike.
But they didn't do that. They only made an ATV.
Yeah,
so you think it'd be a motorcycle then?
They would never make an e-bike.
I bet they will. They're making tunnels, Josh. They're making tunnels.
But here's the thing: they don't make anything that's human powered. Like it's always just fully electric. That's kind of their thing.
Sun powered.
So why would they make an e-bike?
I don't know. But the occasional MTB rider said, and I didn't see this because I was there on the day, so I watched part of the video and then was like, oh yeah, I remember what happened. Hey guys, have you watched Jordan Boostmaster's 26 versus 27.5 vid? When he's on the lift, he says that he's not going to defend the YouTuber EWS crown.
Not racing.
I bet he will, because I would give him so much shit for not doing it. So you can't possibly let that happen.
But it sounds like he's just not going to try as hard. He's going to put on his 26er wheels.
No.
Just to be
he was having so many problems that day as well. Like, he was hitting his pedals on everything and like smashing his chain ring on stuff. And I was just like, oh, Jordan.
And he still beat us all by 2 minutes.
I mean, technically he finished after the cutoff, didn't he? But then I'm pretty sure I also finished after the cutoff. But I'd completely given up. I'd completely given up, so I didn't care. But
he gave up after stage 1.
Oh man.
Okay, anyway, back to it. Okay, that was last week's comments. Thank you very much. Shane, normally you say something at the end of this portion of the podcast.
We appreciate your comments. So if you would like to go to the YouTube version of this podcast and comment below, either your comment on this podcast or your Joey of the week or anything funny and interesting and non-threatening, that would be fantastic.
Non-threatening.
I feel like we need like a PewDiePie Loe song. Like we need that for like leave a comment.
I don't know.
Leave a comment in the comments below, and we'll read them out in the next episode of the Joey Mountain Bike Podcast.
As long as it's mountain bike related.
As long as it's mountain bike related and isn't offensive.
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay.
Speaking of racing. Yeah, speaking of racing, we're talking about EUs and we're talking about the EWS 100 that you guys did. We've all done a little bit of racing this year, and I think we've all learned at least a little bit or had some Joey moments. Should we talk about like our top Joey tips or our Joey's guide on how to race?
I don't know, but there's also the best mountain bike Christmas gifts, and I would love to do a Christmas version.
We'll talk about that.
We'll do that. We'll do that. But I think we need to give our Joey guide to racing, guys. It just makes sense.
A Joey guide to mountain bike racing. Do you know what we really need? We really need to be able to play like music and sound bites in the background of this moments. I'll figure this out over Christmas. That's what I want for Christmas.
My Joey tip number 1 that I learned: crashing is slow.
Let me write that down.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
I'm just gonna say it. Go as fast as you want, but if you push yourself beyond your limits and you crash and have mechanical, it's really slow, which I did in my first enduro.
I'll push back. I think we need to test that before we just like put that out on the podcast. Paul, edit this out. That's not proven yet.
Cool. I was like, edit it out. No, there's already 3 cuts in this. Like 4. Oh no.
Yeah, I think that's a fair tip. My honest like number 1 tip is like when racing, like I don't think this will sound bad. Like if you're going to enter a race, don't try to win. Like that would be like my number 1 tip for a Joey is like I went into my first race thinking I have to prove myself. I have to place top 10 or top 5. I have to do so well. And because I cared so much about succeeding, I got in my own head. I like did terrible in the first 2 stages. It was awful. And then once I was like, you know what? Who cares? Who cares what my time is? Who cares how I place? Why don't I just like ride my bike normally and have fun? Yeah. And I instantly did 10 times better. Like my biggest advice to people is like, your first race is your first race. Like you don't have to go out and be a star. That's not how it works, right? Like work your way up to it.
Oh yeah. And you end up pushing yourself harder than you can go and you end up crashing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Less words make more efficient. I'm just if you get that reference, comment.
I'm sorry.
Paul, what's your tip?
What's your tip, Paul?
My tip is that you can't. The moment you're in the start line, you can no longer do anything else. So don't worry about if things go wrong. Just focus on the things that you have done that have led up to you getting to the start line. and believe in everything that you've done, because you could do nothing else than that. And there you might find yourself a lot more relaxed and chilled out.
Yeah.
That would be my tip, because I got so nervous for years on the start line of a race. I'd just be like, oh God. But then actually after a while, I just kind of went like, yep, this is a bike race again. And it's just like, you just crack on. But I'm sure the first one of the year, I'll get like all kind of, ooh.
Yeah. We should talk about that, because like I still like get so nervous at the start of the race. It's always stage one. I just like, I don't know if it's like the anticipation or what, but I'm just like I like feel like, I'm gonna like throw up. I just need to start. And then like 30 seconds in, I'm like, oh yeah, this is fun. This is mountain biking. But for some reason, I'm in my head before a race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so my first stage, 40 seconds in, I completely messed up. But since then, kind of what you did, I kind of backed off and relaxed and okay, I'm just going to ride. But yeah, I did, I think 9 races this year. Yeah, 8 or 9 races. And every start line, I'm still nervous. I don't know what it is.
Nowadays, I'm not so bad, I think.
Yeah. How many races did you do this year, Paul?
I did a couple of toonies, which is the local races.
Yeah.
I did the BC bike race. I did the AWS 100.
The BC bike race, were you nervous every morning, or was it just like day one?
No, because I was just like, I was quite chilled actually. Oh no, actually, no, I tell a complete lie. The day before like the qualifying thing, which was like a sprint, because we had to get up really early. And that actually, just in general, that's when I get really nervous, is when I have to get up early. I struggle to go to sleep because I'm just like, I have to get up early. And what happened is that Mackie actually went, I guess, or Sid, one of them, they were staying over at mine and they used the bathroom, which is right next to my bedroom, and woke me up at like 3 a.m. And then I didn't get back to sleep for the entire time until we left for the race, which was like 7 or something.
Wow.
And I'd only had like, I don't know, like 4 hours sleep or something. And it was just like that kicked me off. And then like the first 3 days, I was just like, oh God, I haven't slept. And that's when I get nervous, I think, actually. Like the moment I wake up and I'm just getting on with it, like I'm fine. But yeah, the day before I get nervous.
Well, Sid and Mackie, if you're listening to this, Paul just blamed you for his.
I told them straight away. I pretty much got up and went, I forgot to tell you guys, like, it was my fault for not telling them.
Don't use the loo.
Don't use the toilet in the middle of the night because it wakes me up, because it sounds like you're just opening my door. And I go, wah! But yeah, there you go. If anyone's staying at my house in the future, remember that.
Oh man.
Next time I stay at your house, if I have to pee in the middle of the night, I'll just open your door. Oh, I have to pee, by the way.
I don't know what, I think my fight or flight instincts would kick in. I'd probably try and murder you.
Start fighting. Oh, that's awesome.
All right. So
yeah.
my first like biggest tip that I would say that I think helps with nerves and like so many things is, if you are racing for the first time, please sign up with a friend. That makes racing 10 times more fun when you have somebody there that you enjoy, that you can do it with. It's awesome.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that's not bad. And sign up in the right category as well. Like, don't sign up in a stupid, like, if there's a beginners category and you've never done a race, just sign up in the beginners category. Like, I've had people like, especially in the UK, like after I'd done a couple years of racing, and then like I still sucked, but I was starting to not suck as much. But there were a couple of times where you just like, you drop into a stage and then like 20 seconds in, you catch up to the person in front. And like, I've actually crashed because someone was like walking down this really hard bit, and I like came over the top and went, oh crap. And then just went, got out of the way. But I've definitely did to someone else in the Enduro World Series this year. So who am I talking about?
I was literally thinking it in my head, and I was like, should I totally?
Yeah,
like,
I do know that guy. I do know that guy. And so it was like, we had Thanksgiving actually together.
Oh, cool.
It which was funny. And he didn't know that I had it on video. He just saw me, and he literally caught up to me in the worst possible moment. And I just slipped. I wasn't like walking or anything at that point. I had just slipped. I could get you the timestamp, Joshua. I came over the top, and then he yells rider, and then I slid like down onto the line. I think I was actually trying to get out of the way, but there was nothing there. But yeah, just like, and people do that. They like go up and sign up in like the expert category or something. Just sign up and have a good time. And also hold on. Here's a good one. Don't sign up for a stupid race. Right. So like for example, people were signing up for the BC bike race, and they'd like been riding mountain bikes for 3 months before the start of it. Like, what?
Oh,
why?
What?
Why are you doing this? And then they'd have like a terrible day, and you just hear them at the camp like, oh, my legs are so sore. I've only been riding for 3 months. Like, what? You're a freaking idiot. No one's making you sign up for this race. You have done this. It's like, why not just sign up for something a bit more manageable? Like, now, Shane, I'm just going to go for it here. Shane, you've done Ironman. There are people that have 100% no business in signing up for that bike and signing up for that race. Am I right?
Oh, well, yeah, the failure rate is pretty high, but I also will say that there are people that have no business racing that or doing it that still do it and complete it. They're completely cooked by the end, but they still do it. Like, I don't want to say like overweight people, but yeah,
but it's true. Yeah, I saw when I was in Whistler. I mean, that's maybe they're incredibly athletic or whatever, and they probably do better than me. But
let me speak to my people group for a minute, guys. Okay, I know we look like we should be on the couch with a bag of potato chips, which we did the night before, but we finished.
But it's just like, give yourself a head start and work your way up to that goal. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to fat shame anyone or whatever, but it's just like, if you've entered this race and you're doing it and you get like, you don't even get to the first bit or whatever, just like give yourself a chance and go and do something else. Or instead of doing like this big, huge challenge, like have a holiday, like go and have a nice time, and they'll still give you the goal. But it's just like, I don't know why. Yeah. I never asked someone. Actually, there was this really lovely chap, Richard, at the BC bike race, who like before even stage one, he's like, I'm not even going to I don't think I'm even going to finish a day. And then we're like, what? Why are you here? Like, I don't.
What?
It didn't make any sense.
Today?
He finished one of the days, I think, out of the 8. But I don't know. Maybe. What do you guys think? Like, give me some different points of view here, because I was just like, I don't get it.
On something like the BC bike race or like an EWS or 100 or something like that, if you're not really into it, even if you have the money, even if you're going to be in the area, even if like everything lines up, like I would say, like, don't take a spot of somebody who like that's their thing. Now, I'm also on the side of like, if you're going to train for it and commit to it and you want to actually be like do well, then go for it. But if you're just going to like, I signed up, I don't really care. It's like, well, then don't do it. Like, I don't know.
Well, okay. So don't sign up thinking you're going to win, but genuine question. If you sign up and you say, well, like, I'll probably get last place. Is that the opposite side of the coin? Is that a bad thing to just say, I'm here to have fun, I'm going to get last place?
I'll let Paul answer that question.
That's because that's what I did.
I've done that. I totally done.
No, but I was on stage one. I think on stage one, I wasn't last. I was like, I'd beat a few people.
But just the mentality of like, I'm not going to race. I'm going to get last place. No big deal. Here to have fun.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that's perfectly fine in some races, but then there are other races. It's just like
you don't go do BC bike race. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm trying to get at. It's just like have reasonable expectations of yourself to have something that you could achieve, rather than just like this insane, But then who's that Instagram guy? Was either one of you telling me about this dude who like he's an ultra marathon runner and he'd like not done it and he needed to complete this. He needed to run. I'm going to find this. I'll find out someone else. I'm sure someone will comment down below. I recently started to follow him on Instagram. But yeah, it's, I'm never going to find him. Oh,
Say
David
your
Goggins.
point, Paul.
I found him. There you go. David Goggins. Yeah, he's got a really great story, and he started off really big, and then he decided he was going to be an ultra marathon runner, and then like there's this whole story about how he got to the qualifying and how he was his body was basically falling apart, but somehow he manages to complete the thing that you need to go and do an ultra marathon. And it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, but like, I don't know. I'm in for self-preservation. That's my thing. You can push yourself, but you don't have to try and completely destroy yourself. That's what I'm getting at.
And that's what I would say. Like, sign up for an Olympic, triathlon or a sprint triathlon. Don't sign up for a full tri, right? Don't sign up for the BC Bike Race. Don't sign up for an EWS 100. Like, start small, work your way up. That's just going to save you and everybody else around you. Like, yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Sign up with a friend, like you were saying. Also, if possible, if you live in a local place that holds a race that are trails that you ride, try to ride something local that you're familiar with, so you're not suddenly thrown into Moab rock that you don't know how it slips on your tires. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's a great point, because I love racing my home trails. I find it way more fun. Like I just prefer to do that, I think. Because I've gone to other places and I'm just like, I get so out of my depth at times. I'm just like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
I wish, like, why can't we just ride my favorite trail and do that?
Now I want to swing to the other end of the spectrum. This is going to be like pretty judgy, but I've seen it happen. I've seen people sign up for, like, we have the full enduros, but we have lights or like sport categories. And these people slay. And it's like, they get to the standings and they're like 6 minutes faster than everybody else in a half-hour race. And you're like, okay, you should not be in that category. That's just, it's embarrassing to you. And it's like hurtful to somebody else who's like, it's their first thing. I'm like, and I see people like literally who will sign up for a whole series in a sport category and then slay the first one. And I'm like, you need to get out of there. You need to bump up, dude. That's not cool.
So you're talking about sandbagging?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if you do it on accident, like we've had people that are really good at road biking that are just starting to mountain bike do really well in their first race because, they sign up as a beginner because they don't really know how their handling is. And I mean, people do judge them. Oh, you're a sandbag, you did so well. But I think that's them kind of just going, like, this is my first mountain bike race. Signed up in beginners, but you're right. You got it. If you're winning a race in a beginner category or sport category, move up.
Yeah. And that's my thing. If you do it once, if it's your first one, everybody understands that. If you're continually entering a category that you're slaying, like, quit trying to, just don't.
I'd rather be at last place in the pro or expert category than sandbag in the expert.
Like when should you move up though? At what point?
If you're getting top 5 in a category consistently, then you need to move up to the next one.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Or you just look at your times and look at your times compared to the top category.
If you could be top 10 or top 15, 20 in the
I think if you're like 8, if you're like above the bottom 20% or something, I think you're like, oh yeah, I should go and race in that one really.
Yeah. I think that nailed it. Above the top 20%. So good. Paul, getting some mood lighting going. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just turning up the thermometer. Thermostat. How can I turn up a thermometer?
All right, guys. What other racing tips do you have? Paul, talk about nutrition for a sec, because you and I are very different on like nutrition during riding. Like you and Brian.
Because I eat.
Yeah, you guys are like eat bring lots of food. What do you think?
I eat so much, Josh. Like, I'd say over the last couple years when I really started to up my mountain biking activity, like, and especially this year because I've been doing, there was the bike race and I was actually training and whatever. Like, I just eat so much food. Like, I struggle, but then like I kind of maintain a steady weight. Like, I'm not getting fat or anything, so it must be just like going in and going out, whatever. But yeah, like the general rule, if you're doing activity, is like you want like 500 ml of fluid an hour.
One bottle an hour.
Yeah. And then like at least like a Cliff Bar every hour.
Yep.
If you're cross country racing at a high intensity, I got my rule is 2 gels per hour.
Mm-hmm.
That's Josh is shaking his head, or like three cliff blocks every half hour as well. That's what I was doing at the bike race, and I just survived. But I don't know if you ever saw my weight loss thing. I was just like, how much weight do you lose after doing 7 days mountain bike race? I'd actually put on a bit of weight by the end.
Yeah.
But then what the coach says is actually that my body was just going into like panic mode and was keeping everything on. It's converting everything into fat because the body's like, holy crap. Like, what is happening? We need to store as much energy as possible. Like, what if we never get any more food again? So actually, like a week after the race, I had like started to feel really slim all of a sudden because everything was just like getting like, woo. So, but just eat loads of food. Like that's got to be the number one reason, isn't it, Sheyn? Like,
yeah, I wouldn't say to like overeat, but I was gonna say exactly what you said. A bottle an hour and a snack an hour, I think is good. And if you're drinking when you're thirsty, you're drinking too late.
It's all over. If you're a happy mountaineer, always pisses clear. That's what you've got to just constantly think about.
I will agree with that, and I think definitely if you're going on a race, lots of water. Don't expect for there to be aid, especially in a enduro race. And bring a couple.
Or check. Find out. Like that's what I was doing at the bike race. I knew exactly what kilometers each time there was a feed station. And then I would just do the maths. Like sometimes I'd miss a feed station, or sometimes I'd be like, oh yeah, this is the one, like fill up. But yeah.
Well, they should have aid and they should have planned it well enough. But usually if you're just signing up, you're going after the pros and after the experts and after, a bunch of categories. So it's slim pickings sometimes at those aid stations when you're a beginner. So be able to self-sustain, I would say.
Yeah. What else? What else have we got?
Listeners out there, if you have your top tips, comment them below.
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah. Hey, and now it's time for everyone's favorite segment. Joey de la semaine.
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the week.
Thanks for that lovely song, Sheyn. Always a joy to listen to. It's a time of the podcast where we ask the most important questions. Who, what, when? And Aaron Gwynn. Who is the most Joey person of the week this week? Let's start with our listener comments because they're so good. First up, we got our buddy Chad Roberts. He said, a few years back, I was taking my father-in-law for his first mountain bike ride. We drove all the way out to 18 Road in Grand Junction, Colorado. Sheyn, you probably know where that is. Yep. He goes, we unloaded the bikes and I realized I'd forgotten my bike shoes at home. I then rode the rest of the day in my Sanook sandals on Crank Brothers candy pedals.
Oh man. Oh, that sucks. Fortunately,
that's like the worst. Like, what can you imagine a worse combo? Sandals on egg beaters.
Oh,
well, they're kind of sandals. They're yeah.
What are they?
Like,
I don't know what Sanooks are.
They're like a flip flop bottom with like a cloth top. Like, so they're kind of like Toms, but with a thicker bottom. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, yeah, slippers.
Yeah.
All right, MTB Rad Dad. He says, I rode with a friend who was complaining he couldn't get comfortable with his bike and he wanted to sell it.
Was it Paul? Keep going.
Mid-trail, I realized he was running 55% sag in the rear. We concluded that was why he felt unstable on his bike. Oh, that is a pretty Joey move.
That's a true Joey move right there.
I bought this bike a year ago and it's just not feeling great. I need to sell it.
I'm not gonna like. This is another thing. Why do people not get bothered about their bike setups? Because I know we've already had this. We've already had this topic. I know, but it's just like, can someone just try? Like, check your tire pressure every ride. Like, start off with that. That's.
I followed somebody the other day, and I'm like, "Did you check your tire pressure?" No. When's the last time you checked your tire pressure? Like a month ago. I'm like, what the heck?
10 PSI in their tires. Oh, all right. I am gonna throw out our buddy Horns High Mountain Biking, who I rode with this week. he's probably not listening to this, but I'm going to throw him out for Joey of the Week because I don't know if you've seen one of his videos. He does what's that water bottle that's like $40 and has magnets on it, and the Fidlock. The Fidlock. So he has that water bottle, and he can only fit the like small little guys. And I think at about 3 or 4 times it popped out, like a $40 water bottle. And because it was small, he had 2 of them. He ran out like a third of the way into the ride, so I had to give him some water, which I'm fine with. I carried a little bit of extra water, but I was giving him crap the whole time because it's a $40 water bottle.
That's so much money. Yeah. 40 US as well.
40 US. That's like 400 Canadian.
It's like 400 Canadian.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those fabric bottles that like everyone went mental over because they were like cageless and they looked so
go in and then clip down?
Yeah. I got one. Apparently, like
biking?
No, it was for a mountain bike.
Really? Did it stay in?
I think it fell out a couple of times, but do you know what it did do? It scratched up my frame.
What?
Because when you go to put it on, you obviously like think how you do a water bottle cage. You just kind of go fumble in, squish. But on this, you'd like put it on the top tube and then slide it down the down tube, and to try and get it in. And like I remember on my Chromag when I had one, I was just like, oh no, like this is all scratched up because of that freaking bottle. There they are.
Here's what it's on. So they have these channels, and then you put them in. There's just like 2 bolts popping out, basically. Oh, here's a good.
But it was like when it first came out on Pink Bike, it was like one of the most read stories, like potentially of all time. Because everyone was just like, "Oh, that's so cool." That's it, mate.
Saving weight.
It was just that, like, it's when you take off the water bottle, it doesn't. It looks cool. But they actually had real problems selling it because everyone was like, "Oh, water bottles, I just get those for free." That was their mentality with it. So they kind of struggled a bit.
So Fidlock saw that and said, "How can we make that more expensive?
How can we make that more expensive?" And then, of course, the other thing is you've only got one water bottle, so you'd have to buy more of them. Yep. Whereas you can just grab any old water bottle.
Yeah, that is true. All right, Paul, any Joey moments from you or your writing?
Joey of the week. I don't know. I think I'm pretty clean. I mean, I'm in the process of switching road shoes, which is a bit of an annoyance because like you have cleat position and it's like the dream. And then I try and get new ones and it's like, oh, they're not quite the same. And I even took it to a shop to be like, guys, can you just make these the same? And they gave it a go. But on my Zwift ride last night, both of my big toes went numb. Mm-hmm. Never had that before. It's very specific.
Race to 100,000. Why flat pedals are better on a road bike? I don't know. Flat pedals. Throw away your.
No, do you know what I'm going to do? Although I don't think I'll be able to do it because I guess I'm going to be away traveling, as is the plan right now. But I wanted to do a 100. When I hit 100,000, I'm going to do a 100-kilometer bike ride. And if it was going to be soon, then I could do it on Zwift, and it would be all cool and everything, right? But now I'm going to have to do it probably on a mountain bike, which is impossible.
Don't wuss out. Just do 100-mile. Come on.
It sounds like you'll be in the
100 mile is more than 100 mile is more than 100-kilometer.
I said don't wuss out. Just do 100 miles.
No.
Are you going to be in Sedona in March when you hit 100K?
Maybe I am. When is the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival?
I think it's March.
I want to go, guys.
Come.
Sheyn, are you going?
Stay in the van.
I'm going to try and make it work out because I have to visit my Sedona store, once or twice a year.
Oh, yeah.
And I told my coworker that is traveling with me, I was like, we're going to have to go out there. And if you come with me, you'll have to stay the weekend. It's
amazing.
Guys, a Joey podcast meetup, the first ever Sedona Mountain Bike Festival.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, March 6th. Guys, that's exact. Like that's to the day when I'm due to hit 100,000.
Okay, but no way are we going to be able to do 100K or miles in Sedona
No, it's like we're basically doing 100K. It's 10 kilometers. in
Pretty
Sedona.
much. Sedona miles are insane.
So pretty. When you start pedaling there, and you're just like, oh my God, have I even tried to do any fitness?
Is it just because of the elevation?
Yeah.
Well, and
it's
the terrain.
hard.
It's technical too.
Yeah.
It's pretty, gotta ride technical. It's pretty technical. Yeah, look at that. Friday, March 6th, 2020.
Oh,
I'll be there.
sounds like
All
you're
right.
doing Sedona.
Well, I obviously am a Joey for not writing, but I don't think I'm Joey of the Week worthy. So who is the most Joey of the week?
MTB Rad Dad's friend for complaining about his bike.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sell my bike. It doesn't feel great.
That's
Yeah.
Jerry. That's as Jerry as they come.
He pulled a Paul. That's definitely Joey.
I've probably done that. That's
No,
for
Paul would
sure.
just be like, I don't like this new damper. I feel like it's just a touch softer than the one I used to have. And
then I
Paul
get
would be
it.
like,
But then I get
and
it
Paul-
taken to a shop and they're like, oh yeah, you're completely right. I'm like, I knew it.
no, and that's what I was going to say is Paul would be like, oh, see, they said it was a little bit softer. And I'd be like, Paul, it was probably like 0.001% softer. And you're like, well, I was right. So now I can sell it. No, Paul. Get used to it. All right.
Yep.
Guys, we have enough time. We need to do one more topic. This time I'm not joking. I'm not going to leave off at the end. I think each of us need to give a top one or two. Joey's guide. No, not that. Dang it. Come on. One or two Christmas gifts or holiday gifts for mountain bikers.
Amazing.
Oh,
Christmas. I'm almost starting to feel like I should be bothered about Christmas. Partly because one of my couple friends, the chap, has gone back to the UK. So now I am, and she's not going anywhere. So I know I'm going to have friends to spend Christmas Day with this year. Instead of, I think I watched Alex's live stream. I think I did an FTP test. And then I just lied there on my living room floor and watched Alex live stream. And I was like, I feel like I've got friends now.
Living the dream. All right. Instead of thinking about Paul's depressing state on Christmas, I think a great gift for any mountain biker, no matter how many they have, is a new, fresh mountain bike tool. I don't think you can ever have enough tools that you bring out on a ride. For me personally, I asked for 2 separate tools for Christmas this year.
are you talking multi-tool or like a tool to hang in your
Yeah,
garage?
Cool. A multi-tool that you take with you. Yeah.
Did you ask for the 1-up one? I hope so.
Of course I didn't, Paul, just to make you mad.
What about actually the Syncross ratchet tool is pretty neat.
Get
Or
out
something
of
like
here.
that.
No, I get the Crank Brothers. Is that what it is? The Crank Brothers ones? They're
Yep,
really
those
nice.
like
Oh, the one they
orange
did like,
one.
yeah, that looks kind of cool as well.
I love
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
What was I going to
Paul-
say? Oh, I'm trying to think. Do you know what? Actually, along those lines, it would be like a tool, but like the tool that you never actually end up buying, but you'd for sure like it. So, for example, like the disc pad separator tool. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
like
Your
one of
television.
those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like one of those where it's like, oh, I'd never buy this, but if someone gave it to me, it would be
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like that would be my tip. Like
Because
one
you
of
can
those.
use a tire lever for that.
It doesn't work as well.
I know.
When you use one of these, but like that's it. Like
That's
it's kind of like chain split. Like the chains. I'm sure both of you got chain splitter tools now.
Yeah.
But remember when no one used to have them and everyone would just do it by hand, and then you got one and you're like, oh my god,
Oh,
why
it's
didn't I
easy.
Why
Yeah.
did I
We'll
get
do it
this?
by hand.
Like, why do I always complain about this?
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be my pad separator, or what's the other kind of
Derailleur
yeah,
hanger straightener.
direct? I don't know. I've actually had, apart from when one snapped, like I've actually had 0 problems with derailleur hangers going bent.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like apparently loads of people do have problems, so I don't really.
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Or like a air compressor, or like one of those air pumps with the like compressor bottle built in. So a lot of people don't have air compressors for tubeless tire.
You know, you could actually make one of those out of a 2-liter bottle.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. Sounds like too much trouble, though. Okay. I'm going to say.
How to beat Josh? Budget air compressor.
Let's talk about it.
Good point, Shane.
I'm going
Let's
to say
talk about it.
there are so many specific things with mountain biking, whether it's tools or bike parts or this and that, that if I want it, I'm going to get it, and I'm going to get the right one. I don't want you to try and guess what I want, because if you buy me the N17 Crank Brothers tool, I probably wanted the M19, and you just wasted $30. I'm going to say nutrition, whether it's Cliff Blocks or bars or, snacky snack food, stuff that you're going to eat is going to go away. That's probably a safe bet, because, nutrition doesn't mess with the standards on my bike, doesn't mess with the colors on my bike. It's fairly cheap.
What if they get a bad flavor?
I can put up with anything when I'm hungry on the trail.
See,
licorice.
Oh yeah, I love licorice.
All right.
Get out.
Sheyn, I will see your your riding nutrition and raise you a gift card to your favorite post-riding hangout.
That's a great one too.
Oh, isn't that nice? Yeah. See, this is basically as good as Christmas. And then you have it in your pocket. You have it in your pocket and you're like, oh, I've got that gift card.
Yeah. Hey, let's go to the pub. Let's go to that burrito truck that somehow has a gift card that's literally a piece of paper. Come on, guys.
Let's go to Tim Hortons, because there's a Tim Hortons everywhere, and they
have what that is.
They always have the perfect after ride snack, or breakfast snack, or lunchtime snack. In fact, Tim Hortons is just great.
Are you sponsored?
Do you have any idea what it would mean to me? I have Mike Levy, the pink bike guy. He visits Tim Hortons potentially twice a day. If I had a lifetime supply, it would be like he would never leave my side.
Tim Hortons is like the socially acceptable McDonald's. Like that's what
it actually is. Yeah, and I took Bobo there as well, and he was just like, "This was in America. Like everything's so good on this menu. It'd be served like they clean up."
They have them in America.
They have them in a couple of places, but it's probably completely different. Kind of like A&W. A&W now does meatless chicken wings. No, not chicken nuggets, like meatless chicken nuggets, and they're delicious. It's like, but you go to an A&W. Yeah, exactly. You go to like an A&W in Idaho, as I've been. It's like, oh hey, do you have the Beyond Meat burger here? Like, no. Like, what? Oh, okay. What about vegetarian burger? A what? It's like, oh great. Goodbye.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Other mountain bike gifts.
I'm gonna say for your friends that are always grabbing tubes from you on the trail, if you know their wheel size, get them a tube.
I just get them a 29-inch tube, and it fits in all bikes.
Get a 27.5-inch tube; it'll probably stretch.
That's true.
Either way, just saying, a tube is a good gift.
That's a good one. I mean, you could also say like coaching, if that's like a serious thing.
That's a big gift.
Is it? Like, how much is coaching?
Anyway, do you mean like you're just going to go out and like critique them while they're riding?
No. Oh, but you could do something. You could do something like that, where it's like, hey, I'll give you a shuttle up to the top of it. Like you get 5 shuttle passes.
That's like a solid gift.
Yeah, and it's just like, do you want to cash one of those in? Hey, no worries. I said, and then you just drive them straight to the trail, drop them off, give them a great time.
Dude, that is good.
Josh is like, Josh is just like, garage video. 5 free mountain bike gifts that will make their Christmas. That would be okay. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. I gotta make
like setting up his tripod. Oh my god. Thumbnail.
Need a gift for a mountain biker, but don't have any money? Let's talk about it.
Boom.
There's only one, guys. There's only one.
You know what? You should totally, right after you said, I gotta go, you should totally cut the podcast right there. Literally, like, I'm going to make this video. People are expecting a quick cutoff.
That's a good gift.
We haven't finished. There's loads more gifts we can do. I'm sure there's more gifts.
What do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I want my bikes for next year, please. That would be great.
Me too.
Yeah, can I get my sponsor? Right. Do you know what? I think the problem is because I'm on frame sets. So everyone or people who are world like top tier racers or whatever, most of them get like complete bikes, right? I don't, because I just get the frame sets. And I guess that the suppliers are completely different for that. So everyone that's a Scott ambassador seemingly has the new models. apart from me.
Oh, because why? Oh,
Because pretty much everyone else is on complete bike deals.
why don't you get complete bike deals and then switch over your sponsor parts when you get them?
Because it costs more money, Shane. It's not
More money for them or for you.
You dumb.
They can send you a bike.
Anyway, that's what Paul wants. I was going to say another great gift that I would never mind is if somebody rides flats. Flats wear down a lot, and I tell people you probably need a new pair of flats every year. So get them a new pair of flats if theirs are just beat to heck.
Oh, yeah.
What are you using at the moment?
I am almost exclusively on the Kona Wawa 2s. Huge platform, pretty durable.
$50, right?
60 for the composite plastic, 120, 110 for the aluminum. Yeah.
Do you know I've just put the metal 1-up ones on my dirt jump bike, and I think they're a lot better than the composite ones. Just saying.
They look a lot better. Yeah, I have the.
I think they're thinner. Like probably just me.
They are.
I think you're
Oh,
right.
they are?
They look.
Oh,
they
okay.
look a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, I always felt kind of on top on the plastic ones, but the metal ones, I'm like, oh yeah, these are rad. Like these are cool.
I busted one of those in Sedona. It just I got a rock strike and it busted right in half.
Oh man, I'm so excited for Sedona. I'd say most excited for Sea Otter next year. Oh, I've already told you, Josh, about I have an RV spot for my van with plus space for a tent.
Hint, hint.
Oh yeah, I've already told Josh. I've already told him.
Sounds intense.
Ow! Stop being so camp. Ow!
All right, guys, we need to wrap this up. We can talk more about that afterwards, but I think there's one gift we all have totally skipped in our minds. That is hands down the best mountain biker gift possible. It costs under $20.
He's gonna do it again.
It is.
Classic.
That's it.
That's it. Hilarious. Oh,